Shalom, loved ones. My name is Troy Cady, and I invite you to join me now as I offer midday prayers with PlayWell communities. PlayWell is a faith network of those who are learning to live by the unforced rhythms of grace to help us keep time to the rhythm of God's heartbeat and the movement of God's love. We like to pause to pray at various times throughout the day when we are able. I wonder what is giving you life these days. It's easy to find things in our world and in our news that can be life draining. So it's very important for us to pay attention to that which is life-giving. And so in today's time of prayer, I'd like to read you a little story from a wonderful book. It looks like a children's book, but it's really for adults. It's a book called Sleeping with Bread, Holding What Gives You Life, by Dennis Lynn, Sheila Fabricant Lynn, and Matthew Lynn. And so in today's time of prayer, I'll read a little story that explains the title of this book, Sleeping with Bread, and invite you into a time of reflection where you can pay attention to what is life-giving in your life these days. Well, with that, let's get ready. We're looking for light in what can seem sometimes like dark times, uncertainty. And Jesus is that light for us. And so we light this light to remember that Christ, the light of the world, is present with us, giving us light each day. Hear the words of Jesus in Matthew chapter 11 as translated by Eugene Peterson in the Message. Jesus says, "Come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace." In the middle of the day, we return to you, Jesus, our center. In you we live and move and have our being. Like parched souls searching for a spring, we thirst for you and your ways. With joy we draw water from the wells of your salvation. Let's take some moments of silence now to just rest in the presence of Christ who is with us right now, lighting the way. Just rest and be present to him. Important for us to remember also who we are. So here's a confession that does just that. And join me in this now. Make this confession your own. I believe that I am God's beloved child. I am learning to let God's love fill my heart, to let it shape my life. So I may be just who God has made me to be, nothing more and nothing less. That I may abide in love and share God's love with all that I am. Amen. Here's a story that comes from the wonderful book, Sleeping with Bread, Holding What Gives You Life. The authors explain the title of this book with a story at the beginning. During the bombing raids of World War II, thousands of children were orphaned and left to starve. The fortunate ones were rescued and placed in refugee camps where they received food and good care. But many of these children who had lost so much could not sleep at night. They feared waking up to find themselves once again homeless and without food. Nothing seemed to reassure them. Finally, someone hit upon the idea of giving each child a piece of bread to hold at bedtime. Holding their bread, these children could finally sleep in peace. All through the night, the bread reminded them, "Today I ate, and I will eat again tomorrow." I wonder what bread God has given you, that God is inviting you to hold, so you can rest and be at peace. I wonder if you were to hold what gives you life, confident of the sign of God's care for you, I wonder what that would be. What is it that's giving you life? And take some time to hold that gift or those gifts. Just take some time to hold those gifts. Now just respond in prayer however you are led as you hold what gives you life in your hearts. We commit to you the work that is done and the work that is yet undone. May your beauty rest upon us, Lady Wisdom. We trust you will complete the incomplete. We believe you will finish what you started. May we meet you on the road with us, brother Jesus. As we labor, be our resting place. Please make our work restful and our rest fruitful. May we remain present to your presence, Great Spirit. Well, receive this blessing now of Teresa de Avila. Let nothing disturb you, nothing affright you. All things are passing. God never changes. Patient endurance attains to all things. Whom God possesses, in nothing is wanting. Alone God suffices. Amen. Well, thank you for joining me today in Midday Prayer with PlayWell Communities. I hope you have a good weekend. I'll be back again on Monday, Lord willing. I invite you to look for me then. In the meantime, be loved because you are beloved.